Hey residents, Jacob here. How you doing? Ready for some Godzilla news? So there's a lot of it, so remember to follow us on our social media pages for Godzilla updates as soon as they happen. The last few months we have seen all sorts of residents trying to predict how many new monsters will be showing up in Godzilla King of the Monsters. And while we still don't know how many monsters will show their ugly mugs at the end of the day, or in what way they will affect the story, we do now have some names and locations for a few of the monsters, so spoilers ahead. Let's get to it. So this will be the first of many King of the Monsters news videos coming this week. If you didn't know, a handful of journalists were invited to the set in summer of last year of King of the Monsters. During this time, they were able to get an up-close look at one specific scene. A source from BloodyDisgusting.com said while he was on set, he noticed a briefing board in the background, and in this he was able to find the names of some new monsters. Here's the quote from the article itself. A massive image on the wall lays out a map of various Titan sightings, their name and any important information. Some names were familiar, Kong for instance, others less so. We have Abaddon from Cambodia, Leviathan from beneath the Indian Ocean, and Sargon of Mexico. All three of these names have significant roots in religion and other godly stories of ancient history. Abaddon, meaning destroyer or destruction in some cultures. In the Old Testament, Abaddon means the place of utter ruin, death, desolation, or destruction. Other stories state that the evil being's task is to oversee the devastation of the inhabitants of the earth, only allowing his minions to torture and not to kill. So does that potentially mean that Abaddon in King of the Monsters is going to torture and test humanity? Very well could be. Leviathan is a much more broad term, but it usually means some gigantic and monstrous being that resides in the deepest depths of the oceans. Part 2 of Godzilla in Hell actually refers to Godzilla as a Leviathan for the most part, and you can go watch that here if you want. In ancient Mesopotamia, Sargon was a great leader to this early civilization. The name itself means true or legitimate king. While Godzilla and King Ghidorah may have something to say about that, this new monster may be a good test for the G-Man and any who gets in his way. Remember the new monster that is going to arrive in the upcoming Godzilla comic Aftershock? Well, the images they have used to promote that story have used drawings of ancient people that look like what we think Mesopotamian people looked like. Could this mean that Sargon is indeed the monster right here? Only speculation, but it's the kind of speculation that may just be true. There was also another name thrown around that I seen, Typhoon. Which typhoons are basically a hurricane, so that name alone gives insight into the beast potentially. Director of King of the Monsters, Michael Daughtry, has stated in his interview with Collider.com, which we will cover more of this week, that he is really wanting to showcase the Titans as ancient gods of sorts, not just merely monsters. He states that ancient humanity all had encounters with these titans, and that's what shaped many of our myths, cultures, and religions. Taking real-life history and using kaiju to fill in the gaps, count me the hell in. Residents, Godzilla fans, everyone really, this really has a chance to not only be the best Godzilla movie, but maybe one of the best movies of this generation. And we hope you become a resident of Dangerville to claim your own place in Godzilla and film history. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get the updates about this epic monsterverse when they happen. If not, YouTube's just gonna try to keep making you watch those random fart videos and people bitching about stuff. Do you want that, huh? Do you? I don't think so. Godzilla in Hell Part 3 drops tomorrow, so get ready, residents. This has been Jacob, and peace out.